Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. My name is Loki Bunny, and today's date is literally the day after the 10th of May, and I got quite a story to tell you guys. Now, I first of all want to start this story by saying that I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Matter of fact, just for those out there that really want to get deep into it, this is just for educational purposes only. Okay? So I don't want to see anybody in some suits come to my doorstep after I tell you what I'm about to tell you. Because one of the biggest heists in American history just happened yesterday without anybody at all saying a word about it on CNN. So for those that are not familiar, the DeFi centralized economy has a specific degenerate ecosystem called PUMP.FUN. Now, this ecosystem apparently was hacked by an employee that, well, let's say previous employee that, well, I don't have his full registered name yet, but I know that he goes online on Twitter by the name of not only but STACC Overflow. Now, I want to show you some things because this is kind of crazy what's going on. Imagine yourself having a regular day like you did yesterday and not knowing that a person basically just took over what it seems to be $80 million. 80 million exploit that, well, let's just say may just be the Robin Hood of DeFi. Let's jump into the computer and dive more into the story as this entails and how it could potentially make you maybe 1,000x. Let's watch. So when we first get into things, all right, we got to get into this video. Okay, so first thing first, he doxes himself. People understand that he's the guy that took the 80 million bucks. Okay, the reality of the situation is the guy is, from what I understand at the moment, is doing it for a bigger cause than just hacking and draining the funds and sending it to my wallet and me getting rich and running away to Dubai or Russia or whatever it may be. Matter of fact, the crazy thing about this video is not only is this, well, allegedly the person behind this, but he even shows his location, literally where he's at. First of all, let this be a lesson for everyone out there that are criminals that go into, establishments with guns, demanding thousands of dollars out of the cash register and end up getting 30 years or maybe shot and killed in the process. This guy went into a decentralized ecosystem and was able to extract $80 million out without using any type of weapons besides his fingers on a computer. This guy is right now being considered the Robin Hood of the DeFi centralized network, just because in the meme world, specifically because Solana meme world as that is, just because of the nature of how he's giving back to the community. Let's first of all watch his video and see this dox STACC Overflow.
It's a fucking Sunday. There's nobody here, but where am I? Well, can you see? Can I focus? Can you see that fucking Holborn station? Right there. Doxed. STACC doxed himself again. Anyway, let's get it.
So right there, you got a guy that literally is telling the world, you see me, you know where I'm at, come find me. I just took $80 million and I'm still doing more with it. So this guy has actually ended up getting quite a buzz in the last 24 hours. As of the time we speak, he's currently sitting at 24, and a lot of this has been obviously, transpired over the last few hours here. Now, apparently, even on PUMP.FUN, which is the actual company that apparently he worked for, they have actually given a statement out themselves, and they actually are gold checked with over 60,000 followers, and they actually gave the full-on detailed structured plan on what he did in order to take the money and run with it. And what he's doing with it, I'll go into that detail as well, and how that could potentially be a dangerous but a potential 100 to 1000x for your pockets. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not saying to go and ape under a person who essentially is known for hacking. However, this is unusual. Usually people don't do this the way he's doing. So it seems like he's perhaps being somewhat of a vigilante and a martyr for the people than rather the greed of his own pockets, considering the fact that he's doxing and is willingly understanding that he's going to jail if he gets caught. So they essentially gave out a full-on like statement, so to speak, and basically what it came down to is giving the full game plan as far as what they did, what he did, basically, you know. I'm gonna see here. Basically, you know, when it comes to a nutshell, you can read it yourself, guys. But basically, at the end of the day, he borrowed some soul. He used that soul to buy up like the whole entire stash. So what was essentially happening is, you would put out a project, or you would go to a project, and then all of a sudden, the project would be bought up entirely by one person. I mean, we're talking about 75 soul, 45 soul, 25 soul. Like just being thrown into projects, not caring whether it's a rogue or not. It's a little strange, and therefore maybe hence the name Stack Overflow, right? But needless to say, people start tracking the wallets. I went on YouTube. I tried to find some information. I found a couple videos that were giving information about this hack. Then once the actual devs of PUMP.FUN got involved, they were able to mitigate the situation and get the website back up and running literally within hours of the hack. However, what's interesting to me actually is what he's doing now. Now, a lot of people all across the globe have literally started dropping their wallets all across the board for this guy. They're hoping that they're gonna save us, he's gonna save their pockets and do some type of phenomenal airdrop. But however, I see it to be something that's a little bit different. Okay, I see that he's already on his page here has already notified everyone and pinned it that this is a particular token that he wants people to invest in. Now, the funny thing, interesting enough here, is that to trust a person that has made such a crazy day for a lot of people when it comes down to it is, it's pretty crazy, you know. I mean, I'm not gonna lie here. I mean, it's one of a kind. But something in the back of my head is saying that if he is playing that Robin Hood role, so to speak, then perhaps this may be just the very way to do it, literally. And what I did is I took that CA, which is the contract address, and you go to a site simple like Deck Screener, and you find something that's interesting. And of course, this coin is shown up in the rug pool.xyz as like a really bad coin to try to invest in due to the nature of it and how much percentage ownership is there. But it just seems to me at the end of the day super bullish, and I'm just gonna be honest, because if a person already has $80 million, why the fuck would you create a coin to try to make more money? No. And your dogs, and you put your location out. And this is not a professional opinion or anything, but what I think is happening in front of our eyes is for those investors that are willing to take a leap in faith in what he actually is trying to do and trying to essentially change history here, is going to be rewarded times 1,000-fold. Because who knows at the end of the day how many wallets he's got invested in this project to actually pump. And I don't think he has any endeavors actually for us dumping it. It doesn't make any sense from what he's already displayed when it comes to just the nature of this, what we should call him, mortar, this again, vigilante. I don't know, but I do know one thing though, that currently the market cap is sitting at 273,000. There's not only about an hour or so ago. I expect the market cap here to actually get to $1 million. So if you're looking for something that potentially might 1,000x just due to the nature of the story behind it, this might be one of those things. And knowing this guy and how he's done so far when it comes to it, a lot of people are more bullish than they are alarmed. If you literally look here, you'll see 80 people are actually like, this is going to the moon. 22 people are like, ah, red alert. And then only 8 people are like, this is a shit coin. There's some type of meaning in his story, and I think it's very important that as a YouTuber and a journalist that I take the time to see things for what they are, because this is very, very important in our DeFi history that needs to never be forgotten. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I definitely recommend to invest some money that you can afford to lose. But when it comes down to it, this guy here is seeming to be the modern day meme version 2024 DeFi Robinhood. And we're not talking about the app. We're talking about the fictional character. With that being said, I just wanted to show you guys again a little bit more about what I was seeing. There's probably a lot more information out there. I wanted to express to you something that also is kind of interesting as well. When he decided to deploy the coin, he decided to deploy it on Flux Beam rather than Radiant. And I just, I'm curious to see, why that was the matter. Does Radiant have some type of blacklisting or protocol that is more centralized than others? I don't know, but what I do know is that this particular Twitter account has been here since 2021. This is a person that literally is calling the shots right now until investigation is underway. However, his coin is living in the ecosystem and it is breathing money. So it's important for me, again, just as a journalist, to do my due diligence to the community and express to you guys what I found out through my research. And with that being said, hopefully this becomes a million, market cap, and you guys are very successful. I just would recommend to not tell anybody that you invested in this, because you might get, a couple more calls and knocks on the door than you want. So again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is simply just educational purposes for those out there that are wanting to have a little understanding on the space that we are currently experiencing right now in the DeFi world. Thank you again for your time. I'm Low-Key Bunny. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications on, and make sure you guys like, and thank you so much for joining me today. I'll talk to you guys soon. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed day. All right, bye. Wow. Can't believe this just happened.